Most people pick up a guitar and immediately try to sound good. That's the wrong goal, and it's why most people quit. The right goal for your first month is not quality, it's not speed, it's one specific thing: making chords change without stopping. That's it, because the moment you can move between chords while the rhythm keeps going, you can play songs, and playing real songs is what separates the people who are still playing 2 years later from the ones who sold the guitar. Start with 4 chords: G, C, E minor, D. Not because they're the easiest, because between them they contain more songs than you'll ever have time to learn. Don't add anything new until your hand finds these 4 chords without you having to think about where the fingers go. That's the actual milestone, not knowing the chords, your hand knowing them without you. Here's what that practice looks like. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Put on a song you love that uses these chords. Don't worry about strumming patterns yet. Don't worry about how it sounds. Just change. G to C, C to E minor to D, D back to G. Every day. The changes will be slow and clunky at first, and then one day they won't be, and that day is when the guitar actually starts. The mistake most beginners make is adding new chords too early, a new shape every week, a new song before the last one is solid, and they end up knowing a little bit of everything and nothing well enough to actually use. 4 chords done properly will take you further than 20 chords done halfway. There is a strumming mistake almost every beginner makes, and it quietly ruins everything built on top of it. Most people never find out they're making it. The mistake is thinking of strumming as hitting strings. In that model, the hand moves when it needs to make contact and stops or resets in between. It feels logical. It produces playing that sounds mechanical and stiff and slightly wrong in a way that's hard to name because the hand is always slightly tense, always slightly late, always working against the natural motion. The correct model is this. Your strumming hand is a pendulum that never stops moving. Down, up, constantly, like a pulse that exists whether you're hitting strings or not. The strings are something you choose to contact on any given pass. The motion is identical whether you hit or ghost. The groove lives in the constant swing. When you make this switch, something changes almost immediately. Rhythm stops being something you count and produce consciously and becomes something the hand does on its own. Because the hand is just swinging, all you decide is which swings make contact. That decision is your strumming pattern. The pendulum is the foundation underneath it. The physical practice is this: loose wrist, not collapsed, loose. On downstrokes, let the pick glide across rather than dig in. On upstrokes, catch only the bottom 2 or 3 strings, and keep the hand moving even through chord changes, even when the fingers are still finding their position, even when it sounds messy. The messiness is temporary. The habit of stopping is what costs you. Fix this in month 1 before anything else gets built on top of it. Between month 2 and 3, when the 4 chords feel comfortable, most people go looking for exercises, scales, drills, structured routines, things that look like a serious practice plan. Don't. Learn songs instead. Not exercises disguised as songs. Real songs. Ones you'd listen to on their own. Ones that pull you toward the guitar instead of making it feel like homework. The reason is not motivational, it's technical. The gap between where you are and where a song you love needs you to be is the most specific and honest teacher you will ever have. It shows you exactly what's missing in a way no exercise can, because an exercise tells you what to practice, and a song tells you why. Here's what this looks like practically. Pick 3 songs that feel just slightly out of reach, not impossible, slightly out of reach. Learn the chords, get the changes happening, work on the strumming pattern until it sounds like the recording. Notice what keeps breaking down and go fix that specific thing. Then go back to the song. That cycle, identify the problem, isolate it, bring it back into context, is how technique actually develops. The song is the context that makes the technique meaningful. What most people do instead is practice things they're already comfortable with because it feels like progress. It isn't. Comfort is not progress. The slight discomfort of a song that's just beyond you is exactly where growth lives, and the fact that you care about the song is what keeps you in that discomfort long enough for it to become ability. 3 songs. Live inside them until they're not out of reach. Then find 3 more. That's the entire intermediate stage of learning guitar, and most people skip it entirely. There is a right time to learn music theory on guitar. Most people either hit it too early and memorize things their ear isn't ready to use, or miss it entirely and plateau without ever understanding why. The signal that the right time has arrived is this: your ear starts developing faster than your hands. You can hear a chord change before you can name it. You find yourself humming something you can't yet play. You listen to a solo and feel where it's going before it gets there. When that starts happening, theory stops being a subject and becomes a tool, because now your ear can actually verify what your brain is learning. At that point, usually somewhere between 3 and 6 months in, start with the minor pentatonic scale. Not to run up and down it, and anyone can do that, and it sounds like an exercise. To make phrases with it over a backing track in the same key. A phrase is a musical sentence. It starts somewhere, goes somewhere, and lands. Play something, stop, let it breathe, play something else. The space between notes is not silence, it's tension, and tension is what makes the next note mean something. Then learn the number system. In any key, the 1, 4, and 5 chords belong together, not because someone decided that, because of the way the major scale is built. Learn that relationship and you stop memorizing that G, C, and D go together, and A, D, and E go together, and C, F, and G go together. You understand that they're all the same relationship in different keys, and that understanding transfers instantly to every key you'll ever play in. Major scale, chords from the scale, the number system. That's the foundation of practical guitar theory, and it fits in one focused week to learn and a lifetime to fully use. Every guitarist hits the same wall. It has a name. It's called the F chord, and it will make you want to quit. Your bar chords sound like something dying. Your hand hurts in a way that feels structural, like maybe your fingers simply aren't built for this. The notes buzz no matter what you adjust. You've been at it for 20 minutes and it sounds worse than when you started. You will consider selling the guitar. Every single person who has learned this instrument has stood exactly where you're standing. Here's the only thing that gets you through it. Daily contact. Not long, frustrated sessions. Daily contact. 2 minutes on the F chord every day, even when it sounds terrible, even when nothing seems to be improving. The strength in your hand builds slowly and invisibly, and then suddenly all at once. And one day the chord rings clean, and you cannot remember what the problem was. That day always comes. The only variable is whether you kept showing up. What makes the wall so dangerous is that it arrives right when things were starting to feel good. The 4 chords are solid, strumming feels natural, you can play a handful of songs you're proud of, and then F shows up and suddenly you feel like a beginner again. Most people interpret that feeling as a sign they've hit their ceiling. They haven't. They've hit the thing that separates the people who stay from the people who leave. After the wall, the roadmap opens completely. Bar chords mean you can play any chord shape anywhere on the neck, which means every song becomes available, every key becomes accessible, and the guitar stops feeling like an instrument with limits and starts feeling like what it actually is.